Hey there folks, welcome back to the lot, where today we're checking out the 2024 Reflection 100 Series 22RK by Grand Design Recreational Vehicles. This is a really cool little fifth wheel, and I do mean little. Weight on this one, as we're going to flash the weight panel on the screen here in just a second, is under 7,000 pounds dry, under 10,000 pounds gross, and in terms of length, we're less than 27 feet long, which means when it's over the bed of your truck, you're looking at overall maybe about 23, 24 feet in length. Realistically, this is the first fifth wheel where I personally, for my own even purchasing sake, say that this is actually towable by a half-ton pickup truck. When you're looking at new modern pickup trucks, the half-tons, of course, that have a towing capacity of about 12,000 pounds, as well as a hitch weight capacity of 1,400 to 1,500 pounds, you can realistically, at least in my opinion, get away with something like this on a half-ton pickup truck, which is incredibly rare to say for a fifth wheel. This unit's really cool. Just like our last video, we're going to start inside, and we'll show off some of the benefits on the outside once we have finished. It's got a great layout, definitely fine-tuned more so for a couple rather than groups bigger than this, but it can comfortably sleep up to approximately 3 people. You can push that to 5 if you have it optioned with the pull-out couch here instead of the current theater seats. We'll go over that in just a second, but first up, we're going to work our way all the way around here, starting off with the kitchen just to the left side as you enter. That'll be immediately by your doorway, so you've got the capability to kind of ventilate things out right here, and that's aside from the vent hood that is still included, of course, but it gives you a great amount of countertop space, which can be extended out, of course, with the countertop coverings on both the 3-burner stovetop as well as the sink roll top cover here too. You'll also notice in this kitchen area a massive amount of storage space. As we go down below, you're going to see we have an actual pots and pans drawer right here just underneath of the oven. We've got 3 of these drawers, which provide plenty of space for cutlery and everything else. Cleaning supplies are not going to be too much of an issue, as you have a very deep cabinet here underneath of the sink area. And for additional storage, your junk drawer, or for anything else, you also do have this set of 3 drawers, which I believe will be equal to that set over there. Up on top, the storage does not stop. We've got 2 full cabinets, one on the left and one over here on the right as well. And then a display cabinet just above the sink also, and that's going to be just next to your microwave over here. This will be a smaller than usual microwave that you may be used to, especially if you've never looked at RVs before, but this is still going to be sizable enough, I believe, to fit a full-size dinner plate on the inside of it. Like I mentioned before, oven is included. That'll be a propane oven. We'll show you the space that's available inside of there. It should suit most of your dinosaur chicken nuggets cooking type needs pretty easily right there. And then you also have the 3-burner stovetop, which will be covered nice and flush by that glass covering. Fridge, you'll find plenty of space inside of this fridge, especially if you've looked at RVs before, because now we're in the new age of these low power 12-volt fridges where you don't have half of your real estate in the back taken up by a propane valve and all that, which is obviously going to take away from that available storage space right there. So you'll have plenty of that, and on top of that, you'll be able to keep this thing running because you'll have solar on the roof, of course, which will subvert the power draw that this fridge will take away. It's going to be putting in way more on the solar than this fridge would ever realistically take out, and that's on top of some light appliance usage and stuff like that as well. Moving away from the kitchen area now, we'll step over here where we do have these 2 very nice theater seats sitting directly across from the TV, which we'll go over that more in just a second. These theater seats do recline with the usual pull tag, and you can press back on that back surface there to also recline a bit more, relax, maybe take a nap, potentially sleep as well, if you're really trying to stretch the sleeping budget on this coach right here. You've got heating, massage, and accent lighting on the inside of both of the theater seats right here. A little bit of remote storage space inside of the middle, and of course 3 cup holders as well. So you'll have to fight over who gets the middle one, but someone gets it ultimately at the end of the day. On the other side, like I mentioned before, we are going to have that very nice TCL TV with smart integration built into it. Netflix, Disney Plus, all of your streaming services can be run directly on the TV. Just hook it up to your campsite Wi-Fi or your own internal Wi-Fi connection you may have on this coach. Usual convertible dinette just underneath of that. It is the removable type where you pop the table off, take the legs out, and then replace the table on the standoffs just over here, and then by moving the cushions you can create a secondary bed surface. We've got a nice little drop-off point right here by the main door as well for dropping off your shoes in these 4 cubbies. Keys and stuff like that, just drop items, can be placed inside of these drawers. And if you need to charge devices, if you're a blogger and you've got cameras you need to charge or anything else that you want to drop off here on the way into the coach, you've got USB ports as well as plugs right here to facilitate that. Actually really thoughtful to put those right there as well. We are going to have Compass Connect on this one. You may have seen similar panels from other manufacturers. They're all ultimately the same thing from Lippert. As you pass by it, it does have a motion sensor to light it up, give you full tank readouts, battery readouts, full controls for the unit, and everything you see on this panel can be done from your phone as well via a Bluetooth connection here at the top right, which is great, especially if you're in a tight camping scenario where you need to bring this slide in and out and be cautious of any utility hookups or neighbors. You can now just go outside and watch that clearance yourself. That does wrap things up here for the main area. We, of course, have some auxiliary cabinets up here as well, and they will also be display cabinets with a nice kind of tinted glass on the front of that one as well, so you can still see what's on the inside. Well, now I'll step up and into the bathroom here, where hopefully things haven't gotten a bit too dark. I am filming the unit without power right now, so I don't have lights in this bathroom area, but for those of you that have seen the reflection fifth wheel bathrooms before, you're going to find yourself right at home here. This is exactly the same formula you'll see in all of these smaller sized reflection fifth wheels. With the toilet just down below, we got plastic or porcelain. Let's do the knock check. That's actually going to be porcelain, so a nice upgrade there from Grand Design. That's part of the philosophy with the Reflection 100 series as well. They're not compromising on a lot of the major things. We'll go over a big feature that was still left in the Reflection 100 series in just a moment. You've got your usual shower right here also, with a nice actual glass closure on the door just there too. If I can get that open. Okay, maybe not. So you've got the glass closure when you do get that latch back off there. I'm struggling with it right now. We do these live, of course. And then in front of me here, just behind the sink, you are going to have some medicine cabinet storage for all of your medicine and stuff like that. Tankless water heater controls are going to be just over here to the left side, so you can adjust that temperature on the fly if you need to make your shower a bit warmer, a bit colder, whatever it might need to be. And we do have some additional storage down below just to show you the size you're working with here on these drawers and the storage space. Once again, that's actually quite nice underneath of that sink just there. Now we'll step forward into the final room for the interior, which is going to be the bedroom. As usual, on Grand Design, no RV queen or weird mattress sizes. It is going to be your traditional residential queen 60 by 80 measurement on this one right here. Some decent storage will be found on the backs over here, 2 cabinets on either side. We'll pop that open to show what kind of space you're working with there. It does go all the way to the front cap of the coach, and then an additional, I believe, smaller drawer just down here as well, a little hideaway point for some goodies and whatnot. You are going to have, of course, your nightstands just on top of that, plugs on both sides, and a single USB port vault there just on the top side if you wanted to leave your phone plugged in or anything like that. As far as clothing storage is concerned, you are going to have a nice little wardrobe just over here, which will have a decent amount of hanging space for nicer shirts, coats, or anything that may need to be on a hanger. And we do also have 2 of these drawers to store additional clothing as well. Aside from that, though, that is going to wrap things up here on the interior. Got those nice accent lights right there. And important to note, too, you've got your TV backer plate here for the bedroom if you want to add an aftermarket TV. That'll be a steel back plate. So that's 75 pounds per screw of support, meaning you could theoretically mount a 300-pound TV on that location. Now, is it going to be practical to do one? Probably not, but you can do it, and that's part of the quality builds that you get from Grand Design at the end of the day. Like I said, that wraps things up for the interior here on the super cute fifth wheel. Now let's head outside and see what you're working with here. Some of the nice benefits that come from Grand Design. Pet lovers will love this. No longer do we have the leash latch that is tied back in here, but if you have a strong enough pet, could, technically speaking, rip it off the sidewall. You do have this really nice leash latch right here underneath that is welded to the frame, so no way any pet is going to be able to rip that off of there. Goodyear Endurance tires directly from the factory as well. These do have the ABS system built into them also in those electric drum brakes there in the middle. You also do get the upgraded MoRide suspension, the CRE 3000 to be exact on this one. Like I said before, tankless water heater contained on the inside of right here. It's going to be the Girard tankless water heater specifically for those of you looking for that additional information. Moving on from that, we'll check out our pass-through area here, which again, you're going to find to be, in my opinion, quite generous for the overall size of this coach. Nice mounting point there for your kind of crank down as well. And just to give you full measurements, we'll pull out our little tape measure here to see what kind of space specifically you're going to be working with. Looks like we've got about 35 inches on this opening right here, and that will slowly narrow off as you go towards the side. Top and down measurements are going to leave you with approximately about 24 inches of space to clear here on the top to bottom. Nice little rail here as well to leave items that may need to dry off. with the ability to open up a dump port right there and some accessibility charging ports as well if you need to plug some stuff in, batteries for your toys, or potentially something along those lines. Wrapping back around, I'll show you the main control center for this unit, where there is a really nice feature surprise hidden out here as well. Popping this open, you will see that despite the very low asking price on this unit, you still get auto leveling, the full Lippert component as well, with the easy and convenient auto level button right there. So that's not going to be an issue for setting things up. Nice inclusion there on the right. You are also going to get the tire link system, so the capability to read out TPMS sensors is still going to be included on this trailer, despite the really competitive price point that Grand Design has marked these down towards. Again, another nice value proposition here. You get the full Nautilus water system inside of this one. So your capability to flush out the black tank as well as the city water insert right here, which can be just redirected as necessary with these 3 valves. And once again, you've got your nice quick connect outdoor shower, and they do include the little hose for that right there also. Easy capability to route the hosing through, once again, through this pass-through port down on the bottom, so you don't need to leave this open to properly have your hoses hooked up. Aside from that, everything else is going to be pretty straightforward, guys, as we continue to wrap around. We do have the new slide technology here that's been coming out from Lippert. This is the Slim Rack system. So this is going to be a metal bracket that can be very easily replaced if it breaks or if there's any issues with it right here, but it does work very similarly to the Schwinn-Tech type of slide, where it is that similar kind of worm gear motor on the inside that'll slowly crawl this in by wrapping it on the tracks here. You'll see them on the top and the bottom for additional support as well. We also do have our campsite power hookup right here. It is going to be 50 amp service on this specific coach indeed. Wrapping back around, just trying to see if there is anything else I can mention about this one, but I believe that is going to be it for the most part, folks. We do, of course, have the usual amenities here that you might expect from Grand Design. Laddered access to the roof, fully walkable roof on this one, of course, if you want to hang out up there, if you're taking this to center court at those NASCAR races. And then just above there as well, you do have that capability to install a Furrion or other branded backup camera there to enhance your towing experience as well. But aside from that, guys, that's going to do it. Once again, this was the Reflection 100 Series 22RK. We should have posted current manufacturer advertised pricing on the screen as of the posting date. Please keep in mind, as with all RVs, prices vary wildly depending on your location. The pricing that I am advertising should, for the most part, be top-end pricing, since I'm on the West Coast, and that is generally where these units, unfortunately, get a bit more expensive due to transport costs. If you're interested in setting yourself up with one of these, I have my contact number on the screen right now. Please feel free to reach out to me, and myself or a member of my staff will be reaching out with more information of you. We can service you no matter where you are located in the United States, and we'd love to help you find the perfect RV, whether it's this one here or something like it. As you can see, we've got quite a large amount of RVs that we have access to here, folks. Thank you once again for watching the video. If you have any comments, thoughts, or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll get right back to you. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.